Okay, let's start by opening iMovie, and then we're going to hit the plus button and select Movie. Now, selecting the movie gives me the option to choose from my media. It's taking me right to my videos that I've most recently taken, and I want to select the one I want first and go in reverse order so that's the default for iMovie. It's going to put them in that order. And then at the bottom of the screen, I'm going to say Create Movie. It takes me to the very end of my clips, and I see my cursor here. I'm just going to drag really quickly my cursor to the beginning. And here's my establishing shot, which if I click on the clip, you can see it's 5.7 seconds long. Way too long. I want to be around 2 to 3 seconds. So to shorten it, I'm going to just drag a little bit. Oh, I do want to scoot back because I want that beginning initial movement. And also to begin with, I'm just going to highlight my clip and press the volume button and mute. If I click on that little volume button to the left and there's a cross through it, it's muted. And now I'm going to play it. And that's probably, let's see, 3.9. I'm just going to scoot the end, just shorten it a tiny bit. Now you can see in between these two shots is a transition button, and I don't like the way the transitions look. So I want none transition. Doesn't sound right. No transition, but select none. And it just looks a little slicker, a little smoother. As you can see, I'll press play. Your Care Bear. I'm just transitioning to the next shot, but I need to mute it. So there we go. And it's about 3.7 seconds. So let me just go back to the beginning and see how that looks here. Okay. Could probably stop maybe just a tiny bit here. Tear it a little bit. Now I'm going to my transition. I don't want to transition. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I know I want to mute that. It's 8 seconds long, holy moly. Let's see where I want it to stop. Ooh, I like that pan. So I'm going to back up a little. My cursor's right where I want it. If I click on my clip and then the scissors at the bottom, then I can split. I want to highlight the clip that I want deleted, and I'll press delete. All right, so now let's play and see how that looks. I like a little movement with my shots, but I think it's a little too long, so I'm just going to bring them back. You see there's two ways to shorten your clips. You can split them in the middle and delete what you don't want, or just squeeze the edges. Super easy. I know I want to get rid of that transition. None. I'm going to mute this because I know that one's going to be noisy. You don't have to mute your clips. I'm just doing it because you won't be able to hear me if I don't mute them for this tutorial. This is my close-up or extreme close-up. And I also have another extreme close-up too. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I'm going to look at both of them. Yeah, better mute that. I like them both. It's a little long, obviously 5 seconds. So I'm just going to squeeze the end. And I think earlier I noticed that there were two clips that were a little similar to me. So I'm going to break it up by putting an extreme close-up in the middle. Of course, for all of these shots, you don't have to go in order. You usually start with an establishing shot, but you don't have to. So I'm going to hold that clip. I'm still holding it. I'm going to move it up above, and I'm just going to go to where I want it. I think I want it between these two. Let's see how that looks. So I've got this shot. He's going into screw. Yeah, I like that close up. Maybe a little too long though. And it gave me a transition again. Get rid of that. I don't know how to set the default for no transitions. I don't think it's possible. But let's just see that. Looks good. I like that panning. I like my ending, and I wanted to explain that to you. I often put things in the foreground to make the shot more interesting. And you can see that this closing shot is the clue to what Tom is doing. He is putting up lights. So if I just see how long this is, I get a little bored there. So I'm going to split it, delete that, delete. Okay, my movie's about 20 seconds long. I'm going to go back to the beginning and I'm going to add a title. Now, iMovie only lets you add titles to a clip on top of a clip, and I don't like that very much. So I have a trick that I do. I place my camera face down on a table and take a picture, which gives me a black photo, and then I import that black photo and I can put text on top of that. That's my little secret. So I'm going to hit the plus button in the left-hand corner, and this is where you add your media. I'm going to go to Photos and Recently Added. There's my black photo there. It brings it to the beginning because that's where my cursor was. I think the default is 5 seconds, which is way too long for a title. I also do not like the Ken Burns effect, so I turned that off. And now at the bottom of the page, I'm going to click the T and the standard text. And it gives me 3 text boxes. I think I only need one for my title, which is lights. So I'm going to get rid of that one too. Okay, done. And it's okay to have a fade after a title, in my opinion, so I'll leave that transition. Now, of course, I want some music, so I'm going to hit the plus sign. It takes me to the photo section. I need to hit the back, and now you can see I have audio. I also, at the bottom of my screen, have iCloud Drive. If you have music in iCloud Drive, you can get it from there, or go to Audio. Theme music is what is included with iMovie. There are some songs you can try for free. Sound effects. I have so much fun with sound effects. There are so many sound effects. I don't think I need any for this movie, but you might. Imported. This is music I've used for projects before. It is really handy for me because I bring in a lot of fair use music. And I'll just show you if you go back. You can also attach, you can go to your iTunes. So you can go to your playlist, you can go to your albums, your artists, your songs. But I'm going to go to my imported for some fair use music. And I'll click on Save and Use. And it brings it right where my cursor was. Now, the music is stuck here unless I click on it and select Foreground. Then I can move my music by grabbing it and moving it where I want. But I do indeed think I want it at the beginning. So we'll listen. It's so heartwarming. Noticed a few things. One of my clips was a little bit too long, I thought. Which one was it? This one. So I'm just going to maybe split it right here. Split. And make sure the one you don't want is highlighted before you press delete. This undo button will actually undo what you've just done, which is very handy, but I indeed don't want that, so I'll press delete. I'm going to go to the end of my movie, and I want my music to fade out. So I'm going to click on my music so it's highlighted, click on the sound, click on fade, and move the arrow to where I want, or the triangle, to where I want the fade to start. Okay, I think my movie's done for now. I'm going to hit the Done button in the left-hand corner. I can send it to a variety of places. Oh, I should name it. I'm going to name it Lights. The little button in the middle, Send, allows you to add it to your Drive, Instagram, Dropbox, YouTube. I often send it right to YouTube, but this time I'm going to save video to my camera, select HD. You don't have to. And then it will be in my camera roll. There we go. That's the basics.